It's not always great. Welcome back to the New Nurse Guidebook. My name is Pierre Lafort, and if you're new to the channel, the purpose of this channel is to help new graduate nurses live healthier, wealthier, more happy, and fulfilling lives. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I've not heard a lot of people talk about, and that's the social aspect of travel nursing, as far as your intermingling with staff members and how you feel personally. So what I found when I first started travel nursing is that for the first week, it's kind of lonesome and lonely. You know, especially if you're going on your own, you don't know anybody, it's a new area. And I remember getting a cold sore because of how stressed I was about hoping that, the travel contract would work out and that I'd like the job and the facility would be safe and I'd be able to find a good place to live and that I wouldn't get canceled on the contract. And it was my first contract and there's all these different things floating around in my head. So I really worried myself probably a little too much and ended up working out great. And for the first week, I felt a little lonesome. I missed my family. I missed my friends. Yeah, after I hit about a week into the contract, started getting into a routine, started getting comfortable in my workplace with my coworkers, going to the grocery store, found a gym to work out at. And then after about a week, that loneliness really subsides. And at least for me personally, I started to hit my stride and I really enjoyed it. And I've been really loving it so far. Another thing that, be prepared to have people assume that you're an idiot, that you don't know what you're doing. And that's okay, You could come from the best hospital in the world, but I keep that to myself. I don't like bragging about all my accomplishments and stuff. They can figure out my skill level based on my actions in the workplace. I'm there to be a body. I'm there to help provide quality patient care. I don't need to be, the Superman and the hero and take the sickest of the sick patients. I'm just learning how to use your charting software and your pumps right now. I don't need a super sick patient on top of that. I like to keep, where I'm coming from to myself and not say, well, we used to do this at my hospital this way and blah, blah. Nobody's gonna like you if you say that. You're gonna really attract more flies than honeys. So yeah, I usually keep to myself when I first start, but I'm definitely the personality type where no matter where I go, I like to meet new people, be outgoing and friendly and make new friends. Don't take it personally that you're not getting, the same level of acuity patients that you would before. Also be prepared to float. I was float star for 1 month. I would go to step down telemetry, I'd go to med surge. I never went to ER, thank goodness. But be comfortable working in a bunch of different care environments because there's no guarantees. I always joke and say that, I'm lightning, I never strike twice. One interesting thing about travel nursing is it's every shift's gonna be different. Continuity of care, out the window. It's not always a guarantee. And so that really makes you a good Swiss Army knife nurse. You never know what you're gonna walk into. One night you could have 2 super sick patients who are on pressors and need to be at your beck and call throughout the entire shift. And then another night you've got 5 patients who are all walkie-talkie and you give them their meds and they're good for the rest of the evening. So that was definitely very interesting. What else is there that people didn't talk about? Different cultural things on hospital units, whether it's, talking to doctors, you call them up on the phone. They're not always going to be in the hospital at night. And we have a Skype doctor where we have a cart with a computer that we pass around and we talk to the doctor that way and they put in orders. And the nurses can put in orders in the system and you type in the doctor's name and then you type in telephone order or protocol if it's a lab. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, cool. We have a lot of potential power here. That's cool. All right. Luckily, everyone in the hospital is super seasoned. Another great thing is in California, they have ratios. They can come out of ratios. Nobody told me that part. They try to hold up to those standards and there's always somebody coming around to give you a break. You've got a 30-minute lunch break and you've got 2 to 3 15-minute breaks. So that's really nice relief too. All in all, I've really loved my travel nurse experience. I think it's made me a more diverse, well-rounded nurse. I've gotten to take care of patients with different disease processes than what I'm used to, from ARDS to sepsis to DKA. It's been cool to see a nice variety of things outside of cardiovascular intensive care. I've also had a great time exploring the local area. There's amazing hiking, snowboarding, skiing, everything like that. So that's another thing I'd recommend is, don't be afraid to go on adventures. You only work 3 days a week, so you might as well get the most of it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and share it with somebody else who would appreciate it. And leave a comment on any other content that you'd like for me to create in the future. This is Pierre LaFour signing off with the New Nurse Guidebook.